So this exercise is about finding the logical flow of your book. You've done some work now to identify the timeline of your book and the scenes that you're going to include in your book. And so what I want you to do now is to fill out the stepping stones which you will find inside your Notion board. So what I want you to do is to take each pivotal moment or scene that you've identified in your sorry, here comes my dog, in your plot, and to pop them in here so that you can start to arrange them into the right order. So if we were to take the salt path, for example, we start with that scene where the couple are on the beach in the rain. So the beach scene, we'll call it that. And the story would be the rescuing here, and realize that Moth, which is the husband's name, is regaining strength. This is the opening scene in the book, The Salt Path. He has been diagnosed with a degenerative condition, but there's this scene where they're running on the beach and they realize that actually he's getting stronger where he should be getting worse. So the purpose here is to draw the reader in, because it's the opening chapter. So we want to draw the reader in, reader, not the writer, and foreshadow what's to come. In the case of the salt path, what they may have also been attempting to do here is to actually let them know that the writer was going to be okay, because the next scene where they talk about them losing everything is actually quite distressing. So by foreshadowing that actually Moth is getting better, we're already seeing that the outcome is likely to be positive. So it's planting a little positive seed at the beginning so the reader doesn't think it's going to be a depressing book. To happen, that they will walk and Moth will improve, and then by chapter's end they know that the story, what the story is about, and they've been introduced to the characters, and it is setting how does it link to the next chapter. So this is where we find the flow of the book by thinking about how one chapter links to the next one. We would say that it's created intrigue or a sense of what happens next. And this column here about word count, that's just for when you're writing, so you can keep tabs on how you're going with your writing, keep your progress going. Then the next scene might be is them hiding under the stairs while the bailiffs have come to take the house. Hiding under the stairs. So that might be the story is that the bailiffs have arrived. A couple are under the stairs. Find the book about the southwest coast path, decide to walk. Okay, so actually that we wouldn't call it hiding under the stairs, we'd call decision to walk. Okay, and so the purpose of that is to that chapter has the story of both the decision to walk, they're sharing that, but also the backstory of losing the farm, what it means to them. So there's a court battle, and yeah, what that farm has meant to them. And so by the chapter's end, they will start to understand the predicament of the couple, have empathy for their plight. We'd all have empathy for their plight, and I guess anticipate the journey. And it links to the next chapter because the next chapter is the diagnosis. I'm actually making this up because I haven't got the book in front of me, so I can't quite remember how the chapters are split. But the next chapter or scene is Moth being diagnosed with a degenerative condition. So it sets the scene for something drastic to happen. They need to make a big change because they're going to be kicked out of their house. And what will they do when they have nowhere to live? Okay, and then we'd move on to the next chapter, which is the diagnosis. So they are in the middle of clearing out house, annoying hospital appointment, turns to despair into disaster, really. This is live TV, folks. And then the purpose of that is taking it down another notch. It's upping the stakes even more. Highlights their desperation. By the chapter's end, they might be questioning why the couple would embark on a walk when he is so unwell. Are they crazy? So that's raising the stakes. It links to next chapter because next chapter takes them to the point of nothing to lose. They've got no other choice. So that may not be exactly how the chapters flow in the Salt Path, but that's an example of how you might do it. And it's good to fill out as many of these as you can, because you'll start to see, actually, no, if I was to write about giving away the sheep, lots of animals, say, which is something else they had to do, give away the pet sheep, giving away beloved sheep. Actually, they needed to do that before the diagnosis, so then I can start to see, actually, that goes here. So if you click on these, try not to tick those boxes because they'll disappear, but if you click on those dots, you can move things around. So this is about the flow. It's going to be a big job, and it's not going to be finished straight away, and we'll come back to it over the course of writing the book. But the point is for you to get that flow. You've got all those ideas. So is it logical? Does it make sense? Have I got them in the right order? So fill out as much as you can. Some of these things might end up being in the same chapter. They're just moments that you know you need to include. And so we're just trying to get the order and the flow of the story and what the important markers are along the way. So fill out as much of that as you can, and you can keep coming back to it. Treat it like a work in progress. And let me know if you have any questions. Okay, bye-bye.